Good morning, good people. I hope everybody had an awesome evening. I had a fabulous day yesterday, and I hope everybody's having a beautiful morning. I hope it's happy Friday to everybody. I hope that all of you are having a great day. Let's see. Glad I caught it live. Just literally subscribed 10 minutes ago. What's up? How is it? Hello to everybody that's been here every single day and watches me all the time and shit like that. How are you doing? I love you, motherfuckers. You're great. To the Jordan Peterson fans that are come over and being upset because I called him a pussy ass bitch yesterday. How the fuck you doing too? So it amazes me. It amazes me how you know how it's just funny. What I always get it like there was even people sending me messages like, I love your content. I can't believe you said that. Then you don't love my content. Like you just like the words that come like you. It's weird, people. It's weird. So anyway, Casey, how you doing? Corey, how you doing? Jay Deva, Nitrox Nova, Maddie, Valentina, Des Gaston, what's happening? Daniel, Obi-Wan, I like it, Obi-Wan. Starman, how the fuck is everybody doing? Cookies, what's happening? So how's everybody doing today? I had a really good day yesterday. Getting a lot of really good reports in about our supplement. Very pleased about that. It's not even the weight loss that people are reporting so much. It's that the reduced amount of hunger. And that makes me very happy because it's not about necessarily even the pounds lost. It's about being able to control people's hunger and control people's lifestyles from that point in time. So I'm very pleased about it. Casey, just noticed the name Casey Demand of Steel. I like it. I like it a lot. So today we're going to talk about how woke folk want to get rid of the term obesity and morbid obesity. And this has been happening a while. I find like this is another thing too. I find weird. Like a lot of people are just kind of catching up. It's just like this. It's like we're finally getting there to the point. Oh, I got some awesome sauce hair right now. She was getting some cuddles earlier. But I find a lot of people, they're just kind of catching up. This is stuff that's been going on for a while now. Like where people are all of a sudden like, people are all of a sudden catching up to it. If you remember my message I sent, my pain has faded. It's faded now. Not sure what the fuck. The pain. If you mean no morbidity taken, it's not a pain reliever. So I mean, but I'm happy it's faded. You know, I'm very happy it's faded. I just. If you see me doing this today, it's because my wife is my coach. For those of you that don't know, if you're new here, and she's got these workouts going for me, and my intercostal muscles, like my ab muscles, are just torched right now. Speaking of that, by the way, here's my little plug. You can get you can follow me on Alan Robertson Censored. I am probably filming something for Alan Robertson Censored today. And that is where you can watch all of these on Spotify and certain things that are not on YouTube, because YouTube is a bunch of pussy ass bitches. And you also can get the book "Fuck Being Fat: Solve Your Weight Problems with the Powerful Math of Willpower." It's our first book, and you can get that on our app. Also, you get a month of the app, you get a month of the Hunger Management Support Group. And you get a month of access to live pre-recorded yoga classes. In fact, we did this is last night. Crystal, this is not from me doing table dances for Crystal. That's tonight. But this was from she did chair yoga while she guided me through regular yoga for the live class. So, and then you could also get a 30-minute consultation with either Crystal or myself. She is the actual genius when it comes to programming stuff. Like she programs all of my workouts. She developed the hunger management method so to help me stop binging. She's was actually the catalyst that got us, me and Mark together and got us focused on a non-stimulant, non-thermogenic based appetite suppressant to help people get to healthy weights. So when no morbidity saves the world, my wife actually saved the world. Um, amazing woman. And and you can also get our coaching. That is, and with the 30-minute consultation, by the way, you get a month of the app. You also get a month of the classes and everything like that. And you get a month of the hunger management support group also. And then there is 3 months worth of coaching. If you know you just have bad habits, like if you know what to do and you just have horrible habits, we can help you. And that is a very good discounted deal. So please do check us up on that. What was that? I saw somebody here for the great content. Angela, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Victoria, how are you? Least interesting woman in the world. I thought Alan when Matt Walsh said congratulations, Lizzo, for her obvious transition to a walrus. Ooh, oh, I was thinking manatee, but um, it is what it is. Sheenie Beanie, how are you? Let's see. Just come from the gym. Britt, that's good. That's good. Leslie, I can't wait for right now. It's too early. I can't with you right now. It's too early. So, well, I mean, time to get some toxic masculinity going on up in this motherfucker. Ugly, how are you? Very interesting. Is she educated on autoimmune disease special diets? We don't do diets, buddy. Or lady. We do lifestyle choices. If your doctor has prescribed you, if you have an autoimmune disorder, you should absolutely talk to your doctor and a nutritionist. We help people with their lifestyle. We literally don't do diets. We take somebody's existing lifestyle and we change it bit by bit by bit. We focus on satiation, satisfaction, appropriate fitness level activities. So we don't do diets. There won't be a diet plan written. We do focus very much on whole foods. 90 to 95% of your nutritional intake should be from whole foods, basically protein, the produce, fruits, veggies, that sort of thing. And if you eat anything that's ultra processed, it should be for pleasure only, and it should be a very rare occasion. But so no, we don't do special. We can work with anybody of any that's on any diet. We have a keto vegan. We have everything in between. We have people that are complete vegetarians. We have people that are complete carnivore. We have everything in between. We help people that literally run marathons that just need and marathons and people that are ex bodybuilding competitors that just need a better relationship with food from that. But mostly we work with people that are very, very large weights that have tried diets and can't seem to find a sustainable lifestyle to once they've lost the weight, get the weight off. So, how you doing? She sounds like a wonderful woman. She's amazing. So smash the like button. Thank you very much. If not morbidly obese, what do fat acceptance suggest? Infinifat. We're going to talk about that because I always find that crazy. Like, you don't want me to call you obese, but Infinifat is okay. Infinifat sounds fucking hopeless. It really is. So that's even better. This is when it begins to get exciting for this content. Love your lives. I lost 67 pounds 2 years ago and just competed in my first figure bodybuilding show last week. Angela, that is fucking amazing. Congratulations. Watch for the bounce back from the diet down. Watch for the bounce back. Okay. Healthy relationship. A lot of times it's weird. Like Mark talks about this all the time, where because fucking he walks around at like he way under something like sub 10 body fat, right? But for his shows he gets way lower. Like it's like his skin disappears. It's fucking ridiculous. In fact, we're going to see him in August. He's going to be in Tampa at the Tampa Pro, and we're going to film some stuff together and everything like that. By then, I'll be. The fucked up thing is that's right around my birthday. I'm probably going to be the leanest I've ever been right around my birthday this year, and I'm going to look fat next to Mark. Funny, but it is what it is. Anyway, oh sorry, my eyes were watering this morning. I don't know why, but he talks about it all the time, where it's like, even though he knows he's like not fat at all, in great shape or like that, you can play mental tricks on your brain when you're gaining weight after a show. So just be careful with that, Angela. Okay. Sorry if I missed your message. If I missed your messages, Julian, in the gym for a moment. Anyway, Selican. Oh, okay. Yeah. Made alive. Greetings from Germany. Julia, that's awesome. Thank you. Alan, I have a good friend who is constantly insulting herself. She is obese. She's a beautiful person. How do I deal with this? If she's insulting herself, I mean, that's a sign that it depends on how she's insulting herself. Like I rip on myself all the fucking time. I think more people should. I think people should. Like if you can't make jokes at your own expense, you know, it's a sign of very serious insecurity. But there's a difference between making jokes and just being hard on yourself. It's one of the things we have our clients do. We go through a phase, a periodic phase with our clients. Like one of their pieces of homework, because I give all the clients homework. One of their pieces of homework is to put in our chat, because what happens when people get coaching from us is there's the Hunger Management Support Group, and that's everybody that's on the app pretty much. And that's where I share my food, my workouts, stuff like that, and my thoughts on Crystal's training for me and stuff like that. That's basically my log, and then everybody else's log. But for our clients, there's a individualized chat with just Crystal, myself, and the client. And we have the client put something awesome about themselves in there every single day for a while. Like, I mean, what did you do awesome today? What happened awesome today? What was awesome about your day? Because a lot of it is just reframing a mind frame. Like that's the thing. Like eating yourself into a state of ill health in our society is just massively prevalent. I mean, the vast majority of people do it. The vast majority of people have eaten themselves into being overweight, and not just overweight like I work out, therefore I'm overweight. Most people are just lazy fucking like eating machines. Like, let's be real. Like, I mean, I get that people want to be like, well, it doesn't account for muscle mass, and it's not. Yeah, but most of you have really fucking low muscle mass. You know, like most people in America, especially, are very sedentary and don't move around much at all, whatsoever. You know, so. But if she is like insulting herself, is she meaning it as a joke? And even if so, sometimes when it gets persistent, it's a sign that she needs some counseling. I would suggest you get some counseling. I think right now, everybody could use some actual counseling, not some fucking fat acceptance bullshit where it's like, you're fine doing you do you're leading your happiest life. If it sounds like you're breathing soup, you're not leading your happiest life. I have a hard time believing that a person's happiest life is one that involves waddling. You know, like unless it's a woman who's pregnant. I have a hard time believing. I have a hard time believing that any dude's leading his happiest life if he waddles. You know, fuck. At one point in time, my legs were so big, and I was so fat and so big, yet so strong, that even though I could fucking pause squat 505 for sets of 5, it was miserable. I was in pain constantly. So I have a hard time believing it. Hard time. You're not going to be able to convince me. Infinite sounds like a cartoon character. To be honest, I don't. Infinifat, yeah. Yeah, cartoon character. Exactly. Whoop. They know they're at death's door. There's even a death fat category. There is. What's up, sweet thing? How you doing? Did you want to come say hi to everybody? Say hello. Says favorite child. My son doesn't find it funny. Okay, good. Have fun. She could see a therapist. Absolutely. Someone else. Ow. We have turned cows grazing all day. Exactly. I'm only on day 4 of no morbidity. My sleep is better, and that's the first thing I noticed. That's awesome. Awesome, Casey. Awesome. What's up? How are you doing? Handflow Boxing Review. So, my goal after I quit my job, I'm heading back to school. I'm not just quitting. Okay, good. It's 10K steps a day on top of cardio. I was walking so much in my undergrad. That's good. Good for you. Good for you. The bandana. The bandana says favorite child on it. She's just so fucking awesome. I love it. Yeah, she's such a ham. Anyway, here we go. We're going to read this article, and then we're going to do as much Q&A today as possible. And by the way, I highly encourage, and this I mean this because I'm sure there's a few lurkers watching right now because it's the same names all the time, right? um, in the chat with the chats over here. The same names in the chats for me. You guys can't see it. What the fuck? I wonder if there's a little plugin I could have where you guys fucking do that. But you guys can see on the chat. Anyway, but I'm sure there's some lurkers on here that are pissed about something. Voice your shit. You know, like voice your shit, because I don't run from shit. Right now, if you just want to fucking throw insults and troll, I'll just fucking block you, because you can make a video about me, and that's advertisement for me. Feel free to make all the videos about me you want. It's not that I want to silence you. I'm just not going to give you your platform to just straight insult me. But if you have something actual to say, like yesterday, Mark and I went in hard on Mr. Jordan Peterson, and his followers are just absolutely fucking shattered. I've spoken about Jordan Peterson for months now, saying that he's a hypocritical pussy, and I don't understand why. Like he's leading this like revolution of men. I find it kind of fucking sad. But also, if you just have a problem with me talking about anybody, if like you're an April Lauren fan and don't understand why she can't fucking lose weight and why I think she's a complete fucking bullshit liar, how you doing, Kenny? You can say something. If you're a Lizzo fan, please do feel free. Speak up. Speak up. Okay? Because we need to start having more conversation. The world's getting fucking crazy. We're going to get to that here later on here too, because this is going to roll over into some shit. I've only been eating one meal a day and around dinner with meat and salad, getting very lean, don't know exactly the amount, but feeling a lot better. That's great, James. That is fucking great. That is fucking great. I tried No Morbidity for the first time yesterday. It definitely works, but I felt a bit wound up through the night. That's odd, because it's not a stimulant at all. There's no stimulant in it at all. It could have been excitement, but I would try to take. I take mine. I take mine about two every day, but I do eat my main meal about 3:30. So I eat my main meal. That's my first meal and my main meal about 3:30 every day, and then I have like 2 scoops of Planta. I'm on No Morbidity I'm on No Morbidity, Nutrient Driver, and I'm on Ember. Although I'm out of Ember, I might some is arriving. And I have no physical hunger at all. I still get. It's not like I can't still get cravings and stuff like that. That's another thing too. It's not some sort of miracle pill. It's not like just going to take away all your problems and shit like that. It just actually stops like biological. It actually not stops, but it actually reduces the biological mechanism of stomach hunger. That's why people that are on No Morbidity. That's why like you'll eat some food and be way fuller than what you would have been beforehand. That's the thing I noticed. Like yesterday, I had fucking. Like a beef vegetable soup, and I fucking had two scoops of Planta protein and 2 pieces of salami. And I barely hit my protein for the day, barely. I found you because with Chantel, I care about her, and the reaction channels are too harsh. I got to be real. I mean, she needs you guys. If you care about her, you'd get her off. You would get her off of YouTube. You guys are gonna watch her die on film, for real. She has one of the most pathetic, horrible existences there is, and it is mental illness on display. I mean, if you really cared about her, you guys would be begging her to get off film, begging her, begging. She is. I mean, and it's going to be like soon. Like she's spiraling the fuck out of control, from what I understand. So, I mean, I really mean it. That's why I said it to her. I really hope she gets the help she needs. Like people need to understand. Like what I say is not in any way about any kind of hate. Like I don't hate these people. Most of these people barely fucking exist to me. You know what I mean? Like this little world right here, this YouTube bullshit world, this exists while I'm on YouTube. Right? I mean, the rest of the day, I'm either writing, I'm reading. I read scientific journals and studies about supplements, obesity, metabolic rate, like non-fucking stop. You know, if I'm not reading about that, I'm reading about the Constitution and like shit like that. You know, and then I'm spending time with my wife and my son, and I'm working out, and I'm talking to clients all day long. You know, like the YouTube bullshit barely exist to me. I got nothing against any of these fucking people. Like, this little world is not my world. But the problem is when people make it their world, it's a fucking issue. Like today's video was actually going to be. I haven't watched the video yet. I was going to do a blind reaction to April Lauren saying why she records her video, and I'm just letting you know. I can guarantee you what's not in there, and I can guarantee you what should be in there. What's not in there is that she should say for money and fame, because that's why she's sharing her journey, for money and fame. She has tried to be famous for fucking years. She would love to be Chantel, and that's the problem. April Lauren could become Chantel, fucking with a few unfortunate life events, you know. And if you really care about Chantel, you guys would be begging for her to get off there. For real, her mental health is so bad. It's really bad. Like it is watching people. It is watching somebody. Like I can't watch her content. I absolutely can't. I was just sent clips the other day, and that's why we talked about it. Because she for real is going to. You guys are going to watch her die on camera. It's sad, or something else tragic happen. Like she really is like way the fuck out of the box. I can't. It's a travesty. Like it's one of those things. Like we live in this like farce of a world right now. We live in this fairy tale land that for some reason she should be able to do and say the things she is. Like the same company that allows her to do and say the same thing she does, she loses her channel for fucked up shit, gets it back. But like Dr. John Ioannidis, the most cited scientist the living most cited scientist in the world, can't speak on YouTube about facts and data about studies he's conducted that have been peer reviewed. Like that's the fucking fucked up facade of a world we live in right now. And it is literally enabling people like Chantel to just be, one, heinously disgusting, but two, hurt themselves on camera. It's fucking sad. It really is. Can you safely use steroids? I can tell you this: the very second my doctor tells me I'm on TRT, I need to be on TRT. I'm going to say, where the fuck do I stick it in? Yes, I believe you can. All sorts of data shows that. Now it depends on what you mean by steroids. You know, hormone replacement therapy, testosterone replacement therapy, done in with blood work and things like that on a consistent basis, so you can see where you're at with it. And it has been shown to actually maintain very good health. It is shown to extend life. Abusing them, as most bodybuilders do and stuff like that, no. I would say no. But you can't use sugar safely. I mean, like it's the same thing. Like sugar is a drug that's abused by everybody, including children. You know, and it kills people all the time. And the federal government subsidizes that industry by $4 billion a year. It's crazy. I felt the same way to move to Jeff Noon. Good morning. Okay, what's up, LS? How are you? It's bad. I can't watch. Yeah, she's horrible. She does. She needs inpatient therapy. One of the few people willing to tell these people the truth. I think you're doing the opposite of hating. Thank you very much. I find others like Mikado, and Eugenia more fitting for you saying the worst existence should be banned. I don't know. I literally cannot watch Eugenia and Nikado Avocado. I won't watch ever again. I don't want to say ever, but I won't watch. I can't. He angers me a lot, and I don't like getting angry. I know I'm called the angry bald man, but like what most of you don't understand is that's just my form of communication. This is just how I talk. I mostly it's my humor, like, and I don't like anybody that's met me in real life. I'm very chill, and then it's how I fucking communicate. It's just Crystal and I talk about it all the time. Like we've monetized my personality quirks, you know, but. He's eating himself to death. Like I keep having people saying like, he is running a social experiment. Like, you people are stupid. He's gluttoning himself to death. It's like people people saying like Amberlynn's trolling people or Chantel's trolling people. It's not trolling if it fucking destroys your life. You're not trolling nobody but yourself. Fucking crazy. Anyway, I'm having fun talking in the comments, motherfuckers. So I think fat people need less active movements and more active movements, and some in this active movements and more active. I get what you're saying. Emotional intelligence, mindfulness, meditation, and stoicism. Just as you can keep your body healthy, you have to understand and exercise your mind. I'm not saying that that's not true, but I'm saying you can't exercise your mind. I'm saying you can't be mentally healthy, truly, unless you're trying to be physically healthy too. Because you can't, if you don't worry about your physical health and you are in an unhealthy state and you're doing things to your body, either drinking too much, smoking too much, eating too much, to keep you in an unhealthy state, you can't abuse your body in an unhealthy way and expect to attain mental health. I mean, that's kind of just fucking logical. The thing is, when you're morbidly obese, being mentally healthy is hard because it does cause systemic inflammation throughout your body. So you are in a constant state of low-grade pain, a constant state of low-grade inflammation. That's not good for your mental health to begin with. It does cause neuroinflammation in a vast number of people, which can cause cognitive issues, everything from development, memory loss. It leads to Alzheimer's at a much higher rate. So, I get what you're saying, people should work on their mental health, but people that aren't working on their physical health, you can't really claim you're working on your mental health because your mental health is tied to your physical health. Being fat, being morbidly obese affects your hormone levels because fat is estrogenic. So, and your hormones affect your health too, or affect your mental health too. So I'll sit and debate anybody on this shit. You cannot be morbidly obese and healthy in many fucking ways for many fucking reasons. Many reasons. You can't be morbidly obese. You can't be keeping yourself in a state of morbid obesity and think you're working on your mental health. You can't be self-harming every day with food or drink or smoking and stuff like that, and also say you're trying to get mentally healthier. It's just fucking sadness. It's ridiculousness. Not sure who's worse. It's like they're racing to the grave. It really is. It's very sad. The YouTube bubble is the problem. They can pretend for the length of a video that they're happy and impressionable young people believe them. That is a fucking Sean. That is an excellent fucking point. Because it's like glitter and lasers, whatever. Anna, God, her content lately is just fucking annoying as fuck. Anna, get off the fucking internet and take your fucking health seriously. She went through that little phase. I worked out for 3 months and I thought I was in the best shape ever. I'm like, what the fuck? You're like a 400-pound woman. And I understand she's got lipedema and she blah, blah, blah. But if that shit, that's when people say, well, this person's got hypothyroidism, or people say she's got PCOS, or people say this, or people say that. That is literally more of a reason to take your health incredibly seriously. If you are already in a deficit because of either some sort of hormonal issue, or some sort of mental issue, or some sort of issue regarding your metabolic rate, diabetes, something like that. If you already have an issue, that is the reason, not the excuse. Fucking people understand that, right? Hypothyroidism is not a reason to be 100 pounds overweight. Hypothyroidism might make it harder to lose that last 20 because it does have a very serious effect on your metabolic rate for many people that can cause it to be a little lower, but you can move more and you can still eat less. Nobody cannot starve. Nobody cannot lose weight. Nobody cannot lose weight. Nobody. The only people that cannot lose weight are and stay alive are people like Eugenia Cooney and stuff like that. Nobody cannot lose weight. I'm watching the show alone. I encourage all of you, literally all of you, to watch this show. One, because it's my favorite show, but two, it's on the History Channel. They just drop these dudes off and girls. They drop these people off in the woods in harsh environments with 10 items, and they leave them there, and they give them a radio, and they have to tap out. They stay as long as they can. They build themselves shelters. They get themselves fire. The thing that has most of them leave is either loneliness because they miss their family, and that gets rid of the first X amount of people, right? And then the other portion of it is Starvation. They all lose tons of weight. Tons of weight. Most of them lose like 10% of their body mass in the first 10 days. So anybody that says you cannot lose weight, shut the fuck up. Go on that show and collect your money. The world has become very degenerate. It really, really, really has. One issue with Chantel is she takes concern as criticism. She knows it's concern. It's just that's a defense mechanism, so she doesn't have to change. She was taken off once and got back. Like Eugenia, sorry, I was a registered dietitian, now back in school for nursing. These women make me so sad. Wish I could help them all. I know, me too. I hear you. Alan, have you seen her disgraceful behavior over the school shooting and her basically blaming all Americans for it? No, I don't watch her shit. I really don't. Are we talking about Chantel? Because I mentioned off a few people, but yeah, I don't know. I don't. I won't watch it. Why? If we're gonna. I can come up with a million reasons. Somebody asked me yesterday, and this might upset a few of you. I'm gonna live free or die, right? This gets a little. We're getting a little creepy here. Not creepy, but like this is off topic a little bit. When people talk about the school shootings and stuff like that, it's horrible. I don't want people to die. That could be solved. Like, why do people think that mass shootings happen in schools? Because they're gun-free zones. Somebody tried to break into a school the other day. A couple days later, tried to break in, and dude took one to the head. End of school shooter. Right? Like somebody showed up at a graduation party, ready to spray some people. Responsible person with their firearm took care of that mess. Right. We talked about this yesterday on the when I was live with Mark and Matt. I'm not a Republican. I am not a Democrat. I'm a constitutionalist. I believe in the Constitution. I believe in America. People are like, well, this country doesn't have this problem. This country doesn't have that problem. That country's not free. That country is in danger too. Like people brought up Japan. Well, Japan has this, Japan has that, blah, blah, blah. First of all, let's see what Japan does with 3D printing. Okay. There's also a lot more gun violence in Japan that isn't reported because there's gang violence in Japan that isn't reported. Secondly, a standing army could roll right over Japan just about any time they wanted to if they didn't care about upsetting Japan's allies. Okay. Most of our allies would leave us out to dry. We have the Second Amendment in America, so the American people could be the largest freestanding army, largest freestanding fighting force in the world. That's why. That's why people don't mess with it. It's not. It's very clearly not our leadership, and I'm not talking about just the fucking Alzheimer's patient in chief we have in the fucking office right now. I'm talking about in general. Okay, people do not come at America to the homeland at least. And try to invade or even think about it because they know for sure that people will stand up. That's the biggest reason why, that's the biggest reason why they're trying to daintily remove these things, why they're using a horrible tragedy, which I still am sorry, like something's fucked up about it. And the tragedy is that these cowardly ass police would not fucking go in and do their goddamn motherfucking job. That's the problem. But they're using this tragedy to try to somehow take, like we have people saying like the Constitution's outdated. Leave. I will die before I die. I will die free. I can guarantee that. My rights. And everybody should understand because there's lots of people that you don't hear vocal on social media because they're silenced. There's lots of people like me because I can tell you this: if I will die for my freedom, for the freedom of my family and my future generations, if I will die to guarantee that freedom, I will certainly make sure that somebody else is gone instead. I will die free. Period. More Americans need to wake up and be like that. in my opinion, of course. That's what America was founded on. America, people talk about the Second Amendment as if it was like this fucking, you don't need this for hunting. It's not meant for hunting. It's absolutely not meant for hunting. The people that wrote that document didn't just get back from a fox hunting trip. They just got done overthrowing a tyrannical government and proclaiming their freedom. Know your fucking history. Anybody that has a problem with America, I don't give a fuck. Leave. For real. Including a lot of people in Washington right now that seem to hate America. Fucking leave. If it was up to me, we'd make them. Because for real, like, people need to wake the fuck up. That was the problem at the very beginning of this. That's why, even with Donald Trump's fans get upset with me right now, because while I would vote for him over any fucking person from the fucking wokey woke side any given fucking day, that's not saying much. And I loved his economic policy, and his foreign policy kept the world at peace. But when it came to watching over our rights, which is the job of the president, he dropped the ball fucking tremendously. Because 15 days to slow the spread, telling the American people they're not allowed to go out of their fucking homes and shit like that, instead of just advising people and giving people like, hey, here's what's happening, here's your risks, you make the decision. That was completely unconstitutional. And it's the law of the land. And to set the precedent that it can be paused, what is the fucking problem? It's the catalyst. It's why I fucking said, don't give up freedoms, because freedoms given away need to be fought to get back. So that's my little take on that. We're going to get back to obesity now. Dropped the ball there big time. He did, absolutely. Too many communists in power currently. I agree, 100%. 100%. I'm thinking of doing a video for the Alan Roberts Uncensored Spotify channel of what I would do if I was Secretary of Health. I did a little stint on it the other day. If you haven't watched, please do. And I went to I think that would be neat content, because I really believe that the White House is the most expensive nursing home in America. It is, absolutely. Absolutely. But the fucked up thing, it has been for fucking decades. Like, why are we electing people that should be that are retired, that should be retired? What I don't get it. Like, anybody that thinks they're doing this to help fucking America, both political parties stopped just trying to look out for America a long goddamn time ago. They really did. But they both stopped looking out for America a long time ago. They look out for their special interests. Shit. There is a video that came on we're way off topic, way off topic. But if you have, like, the NIH, the National Institute of Health is where the Fakey works and other people. I read a document it's on my Spotify. It's on Alan Roberts Uncensored. I read a document from there. It's on there still, saying how this last 2 years has been all bullshit. You should go read it. You should go listen to it. Actually, go to Alan Roberts Uncensored. It is the one that has the vid warning on it. But you go listen to that, and not now because we're talking, but it is rather fucking amazing that is on there, and it's not. And it's on the National Institute of Health website. It's not on the news. No politicians are talking about it. It's insane. Like, this was the other day. They memory hold this motherfucker too. Give me 1 second. That's us. Here we go. Okay, give me 1 second. Because this is some crazy shit. Oop. This is on, by the way, this is on my Twitter. It's the MFing COO right here. You can follow me at the MFing COO on Twitter, and you can follow me at the MFing COO on Instagram. And it still is real MFing COO on Tickety Talk, but I got an account warning today for, I don't know why. So they're probably taking that channel today. But I'll just start another one, keep posting shit. So funny shit. But I wanted to share this with you. Since we got way off topic, this is following the science. You know what? Fuck. Hang on a second. I don't know if I set it up where you can hear it. Click. There it is. There we go. I'm interested to see your guys' reactions. I don't know if all you saw this. This is ABC News, okay? From the other day.
New questions now about tens of billions of dollars in federal grants. National correspondent Christine Frizzell reports an investigation focused on the National Institutes of Health and its royalty payments is underway.
After more than 2 years now of dealing with the coronavirus pandemic, questions remain about government agencies that specialize in science. Some of those questions surround how decisions are made at the National Institutes of Health.
The idea that people have a financial benefit from certain research that's been done and grants that were awarded, that to me is the height of the appearance of a conflict of interest.
While the director of NIH admitted there could be an appearance of a conflict of interest, he insisted there are firewalls in place to separate functions.
No individual who is in a decision-making role on a particular product would have benefited from being the inventor of that product.
The government watchdog group Open the Book said Freedom of Information Act requests were ignored, having to rely on a lawsuit, finally receiving what CEO Adam Andrzejewski says was heavily redacted information.
Why is NIH hiding the payments, the names of the payers? Think pharmaceutical companies. The payments to the individual scientists.
These 5 Republican senators now laying out concerns over billions of dollars in federal grants in a letter to the NIH, requesting more information about which government doctors and researchers
why do we need
have
to
a
request
financial
it?
interest in drugs and products they support, and whether a relationship exists between federal grants awarded by the NIH and royalty payments received.
One of the best ways to deal with potential conflicts of interest is just disclosure.
Now, just real quick. I don't understand why our government thinks that they can hide anything from us. If we pay for it, we should have the information. Unless it is about literally troop movements, we should have the information. We should be able to open up their fucking checkbook and look down to see where every fucking penny is spent. That's our fucking money. Yeah, why is it redacted? There's nothing. We should not have to not answer for a government agency to not answer a Freedom of Information Act from a United States citizen should result in that agency being sanctioned. That agency, whoever decided to deny it, that person going to jail. They work for us. The federal government of the United States has forgotten that they work for us. They are our employees. We should be able to see where every dollar is spent. We should be able to see what every little thing fucking goes to. We should not have to actually ask for information. We should just be able to go fucking find it. That is the thing. The federal government is not there to tell us what we can do. The federal government is there to protect our fucking rights. And one of our rights is to know what the fuck they're doing. That is the issue. So now we have people from the NIH taking fucking money from pharmaceutical industries, and we're supposed to believe that everything's on the up and up, because pharmaceuticals industries aren't known, have been lost court cases for bribing doctors and officials and shit like that, and faking science. There should be no. We should if it's any court document, we should be know, like the Maxwell case. We should know all of it. It doesn't get to be sealed from the people that paid for it. We paid for the court. The crimes were committed in our country. We paid for the court hearing. We're paying to house this person while they are in detainment. We should know the results. We are the American citizens. We're the ones paying for it. We should know it.
And that's what we're trying to get here. Who's been getting the payments? I mean, who's being paid? How much? Who's it going to? And for what? Let's see it.
A new report from the Department of Health and Human Services found more than 2/3 of grantees failed to meet the requirements when disclosing funds from foreign countries.
Fire them.
NIH awarded $31
Put them in jail.
billion worth of grants in fiscal 2020.
Put them in jail. Okay, we're gonna get to the thing we were meant to talk about here after 45 minutes in just a minute, but put them in jail. Russell Brand had a video about this a few weeks ago when the article came out on an independent news website, and people are missing it. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. It really is. I think any money in this country that is spent by the government should be public knowledge. It absolutely should be. For the people, by the people, by our consent. That's people don't know the documents, but that's because they're not teaching the documents in school anymore. They're too worried about making sure that everybody knows what fucking gender they are. It's fucking, or what gender they want to assume. People don't know the documents that are the cornerstone of our country. People think we live in a democracy. We live in a fucking constitutional republic. We do not. It's like they say it over and over. Our democracy, our democracy. Any politician that says our democracy should fucking not be reelected. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They're literally talking about a wrong fucking system of government. We live in a constitutional republic where the Constitution is the law of the land. They do this to usurp the Constitution. They work for us. We should hold the power, 100%. Money is the root of all evil. I wonder how much of that $40 billion sent to the Ukraine ended up in the pockets of companies to help politicians. Probably almost all of it. The whole system is polluted and corrupted. That's why we need a convention of states. I'll say it right now. That's why we need a convention of states. We need to reboot the federal government from the Constitution up. We need a complete reboot by the people, for the people, of the people. We need to make it so our politicians, Republican and Democrat, can't do the stock market because they're literally voting. They're literally voting on things and setting laws about things that they could then fucking prosper from. The fuck. I mean, it's like so blatantly corrupt in front of people's faces. Just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I find it crazy that the U.S. government gave Ukraine $40 billion while the people struggle to keep. If you think people are struggling right now, wait. If anybody doesn't think that there's going to be some sort of crazy crisis before November, be watching. First of all, we got about another 20 days before the next Pfizer drop. If you look at the beginning of the month, every month since Pfizer started to start releasing information because they were forced to from Freedom of Information Act, that they then keep going to court to try to fucking stop. Like, I don't understand. If we have been given this fucking therapy for actual medical informed consent, we should know all the fucking data around it. I know that I'm not everybody's cup of tea, right? But I can tell you this 100%. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm a fucking American. I'm a constitutionalist, and I will die free. I can guarantee you this. I mean, we as a people need to wake the fuck up. We've got it to the point now where we are literally the main. And first of all, people should look at it. Anything told you by the mainstream media, you should just be fucking leery about. Anything they're pushing, both sides, Fox News, everybody, you should be fucking leery about because they're all bought, all of them. They're all paid off. You should absolutely be fucking worried about it, 100 fucking %. But to the other fucking aspect of it, like all of a sudden, like we're 2.5 fucking years of them telling us how dangerous this fucking cold virus was. I was saying 2.5 years ago, this is a bad cold. The highly compromised should stay in, and everybody else should go about their motherfucking business because turning the off switch on the economy is a bad idea, and people will suffer. I have videos. You can look at my content from 2.5 years ago. I even talk about how suicide rates are going to go up, drug overdose is going to go up, child abuse is going to go up. I talk about everything that's fucking happening because I'm not some sort of serious super genius. It's common fucking sense by people that just stood back and said, wait a minute, here's the actual data. Why are we freaking about this? When you can actually clearly see that they're freaking out on purpose to keep us unhealthy, because that's what's happened. People, the high risk group for the pandemic is super old people and highly immunocompromised, at-risk people, mostly obese people. And we have gotten fatter not only have we gotten fatter as a country because they locked everybody in their fucking houses, terrified everybody. Stress actually fucking is bad for your metabolism. They also steady stream of fast food. The government promoted Krispy Kreme will give you a free, what they coined as life-saving therapy and Krispy Kreme. So free and good with Krispy Kreme to a fat-ass fucking nation. And now the mainstream media, social media, and Hollywood are all portraying that being fat is perfectly fucking healthy. Obesity is the tool of oppression being used. They are enslaving the population, and the chains they are using is fatness. We need to accept that. They are trying to enslave the population with fatness, and they are succeeding. If you think I'm being too dramatic, we just locked down and destroyed the economy to protect very elderly people. More people over the age of 85 have died than under the age of 65 by a lot. Fucking factual. It's our data. 95% of everybody that's died has had 4 or more comorbidities, almost all of them being obesity or obesity related, diabetes, hypertension, cardiovascular disease, obesity is one of them. And yet, instead of any public health official from any fucking side, and just about any politician outside of maybe one or two very few politicians saying to get healthy, none of them have talked about being as healthy as you can, getting out in the sun, getting exercise. Nobody. Outside of the state of Florida, nothing. In Florida, they encourage people. They encourage people to fucking get out and be healthy. And I mean, it's fucking crazy. What was the main topic? Obesity. We're getting back to it. I'm talking about obesity right now. Now, see, you didn't wait. You didn't wait. Now, we literally have it to the point where they are trying, the wokers, and the wokesters are trying to do this, but nobody is really fucking trying to fucking stop them from doing it on any fucking side. Health researchers call for the term morbidly obese to be memory hold, so as not to hurt the feelings of morbidly obese people. And all the power to this woman for doing yoga. I will say this: you can see that her girth is actually preventing her from being in this position fully. And she's actually leaning back a little bit when you should be sitting upright. She should be trying to lengthen through the top of her head. She's very curled over. And I think that this woman is just posing for this. I have a hard time believing she actually does this. Woke researchers call for the term morbidly obese to be banned because it's offensive. In an analysis of thousands of papers, the researchers found that 16.8% used the term morbid, while 2.4 contained the word fail. The researchers then, what's happening? The premier source of information for people with obesity, the Journal of Obesity, conducted a study on how often negative terminology was used in connection with obesity. It's not negative. Morbid obesity is literally a fucking medical term. If you think it's negative, that's because you know it's fucking bad for you. It's fucking sadness. The researchers asked a select group of fat people how they felt about it, and to no one's surprise, they said it hurt their feelings and made them cry. Because telling you the truth If describing you as the truth hurts your feelings and makes you cry, you've got some fucking work to do mentally. It doesn't change the fucking reality. We live in a fake world. This is no shit. 2.5 fucking years we fucking closed the country to watch out for fat people. Obesity causes $2 billion a year in shared healthcare costs in the United States. Obesity alone and the comorbidities that lead to it are about 1.3 million deaths a year. Obesity is tracked at over 400,000 deaths a year. That's more than the pandemic virus. Just obesity alone is listed as the cause of death in over 400,000 deaths in a fucking year. That's more than the pandemic by it fucking self. What the fuck? And we're now trying to fucking memory hole the reality of it. This should be the topic. This is the actual pandemic. This is the actual deadly, threatening epidemic. Poor lifestyle choices, obesity, and the chronic illnesses and diseases it leads to are crushing our healthcare system. Well over 50% of the actual resource burden are lifestyle-driven chronic illnesses. This is statistics. Literally, this is their statistics. It's literally the fucking, like, the statistics that they put out. And we're ignoring obesity. We're ignoring obesity because it is the chains of enslavement. A weak, fat, mentally ill, mentally weak population is an easily controlled one. Get there fucking faster. God damn. One participant described the use of the word morbid in connection with obesity as chilling, while others suggested using failure denotes the lack of self-control is to blame for obesity. And it is. And I'm not saying it's not hard. Been obese myself. Wrote a best-selling weight loss book about it. You can get it here. We're writing another book as a continuation called The Hunger Management Method. The continuation of this book, what we've learned since that book, and the case study is going to be me and my journey. I literally my wife figured out the hunger management method when I still was having trouble with my weight because I was still having trouble when the pandemic hit over fucking binging and shit like that. And then literally reached out to the best supplement maker that I fucking know at my wife's behest, and we fucking figured out something to help minimize people's hunger so they can fucking then take control of their fucking self-control. What the fuck? It is the fucking truth, motherfuckers. Calling fatties morbidly obese is demeaning. I think fatties is more demeaning than morbidly obese. But anyway, it included the use of several using morbidly obese. They should say severely obese instead of weight loss or diet failure. They should say ineffective, insufficient weight loss or secondary weight regain. What the fuck? Leading author Richard Wellborn, a bariatric surgeon working at Somerset Musgrove Park Hospital. And bariatric surgeon means he cuts out parts of people's stomachs. All healthcare professionals should be aware of this research and consider their use of language when talking about obesity with their colleagues. See, the thing is, there is no inherent fucking monetary gain for Richard Wellborn to make these people self-actualized and take control of their lives. Because if people act like they can't control their lives, then they come to him so that he can surgically control it for them. You see how that works? The healthcare industry needs dismantled and a preventative model put in its place. It just absolutely does. This is the type of thing I'm talking about. We are literally living in a fairy tale land where morbid obesity is not in fact bad for you. And if you don't want to fuck a morbidly obese person, you are fat phobic. There's a problem with you. And if you want to say the reality to somebody, you better use the right terminology or they'll go after your fucking families or they'll go after your fucking bank account. We live in a time when the healthcare industry, the government, and mainstream media and social media is ignoring the number one comorbidity for a pandemic virus that they are also trying at the same fucking time to terrify everybody into submission for. It is fucking insane. It is absolutely full on fucking ludicrous. We need to fucking understand that they do not want you healthy. You are not, the system is not set up for you to be healthy. The system is set up for you to feel that you are out of control of your own fucking health. That it is what it is. And some people are just born to be fat. Really? Where were these people 50 fucking years ago? Where were these people 70 years ago? Because like for real, do you know where somebody Tess Holliday's size would be 50 years ago, 70 years ago? A circus. They'd be the fat woman. They'd be the oddity. For real. There's no shit. The obsession with hacking people up. It's insane. It's insane, especially when like nature provides every ingredient in our supplement is a derivative or an extract from plants. Every fucking one of them. It's nature. The fuck? Like we give people metformin, berberine, which is a natural extract, performs better, especially for women with PCOS, and by studies. What the fuck? I know endocrinologists. I've met endocrinologists that have never even heard of berberine. People that prescribe metformin and insulin, never even heard of it. They've never even heard of it. Today's normal is my grandparents' fat. That's absolutely fucking true. That is absolutely fucking true. I'm probably one with me, your grandparent. You're so incredible. I'd seen the incredible whale woman. It is. I mean, it absolutely is. Here's what you need to understand. It's money. It's power. If you are fat and obese and can barely move, they are going to make more money off you by the consumption that gets you fat, by the drugs that they use to keep you alive, by the drugs they use to make you comfortable, by the drugs they use to help treat your fucking depression because you're fucking fat. I'm not saying that there's not people that need antidepressants. I'm saying that there are. I'm saying that many people that are on antidepressants, if they got healthy and treated their body in a healthy way, probably wouldn't need to be. I am saying that many people that are on metformin, if they treated their body right, wouldn't need to be on it. But that would result in them eating less food and making less money for large corporations. That would result in them in not feeding McDonald's and not feeding Coca-Cola and not feeding Burger King, who are humongous advertisers and donate heavily to entities like the NIH and the CDC and the FDA and politician fucking campaigns. You know who else donates a lot of money to all those things? The pharmaceutical industry and the healthcare industry. People, if you can't see that obesity and obesity and then the illnesses and the pharmaceuticals and everything like that, that is the chains of slavery. You are not a free person unless you are healthy. Get healthy, people. There's nothing more important you can do for yourself, for your family, for the future of this country. For real. It should be considered an American responsibility to be as healthy as you fucking can, to be as little dependent to be as least dependent upon the pharmaceutical industry. And I mean, it is mass consumption. I thought we cared about the fucking planet. It is mass consumption. We know that fat people are worse on the planet. They provide more waste, more carbon, more everything because they consume more and they're bigger. They breathe more. What the fuck? It's insane. Fat people are prey, and that's exactly what predators want. That is fucking out fucking standing, right fucking there. People be 24 years old and on 10 different meds. It's insane. It truly is. It's fucking craziness. I told my husband about the overweight obesity epidemic, and he asked him to notice how fat our population is when we went to the casino the other day. He was shocked when he noticed. It's crazy. I mean, it really is, Elizabeth. It's fucking insane. So now we are downplaying highly addictive black box meds by saying bad thought blockers. How appropriately childish. You know what else has black box warnings on it? Every obesity drug they're coming out with. This Wegovy and like this drug Wegovy, and I've done multiple fucking videos on it. This drug Wegovy, it's a miracle drug. It has people lose 15% to 20% of their body mass in a year and a half. Like it's like 68 weeks. That's weak shit. That's less than a pound a week. That's weak shit. It's weak shit. If you're a morbidly obese person, if you're a 300-pound person and you have, and it comes along, you have to diet and exercise. It basically helps. It helps take away your hunger, which you can do this without having a black box warning on it. I know somebody that has a fucking product that does it. As a matter of fact, that shit's right here. Be back in stock in about 5 fucking weeks. We're going to change the fucking world. We have a world to save, motherfuckers. Or just do yourself a favor. Eat whole foods. Stay away from ultra-processed carbohydrates. Stay away from processed sugar. Treat processed sugar like it's fucking alcohol. Treat it with the same care as if it's alcohol. Get there faster. Get there faster. Like, look around. Wake up. See the world. You're fat as fuck. World, not you necessarily. But the world is fat as fuck. We have a cold virus that is really hard on fat people and old people, and we're not fucking warning them. To me, when I said this from the very beginning, I have multiple videos about it. Are we not even going to warn fat people and elderly people? Are we not even going to warn the immunocompromised? Because we treated this whole thing 2.5 years ago as if everybody was at equal risk. This shit is less deadly to me than the seasonal flu. I had more chance of death from sunstroke, like statistically speaking. Like even for my age bracket, I am in like the fucking, for my age bracket, I'm in like the 0.00001% of health. It's a cold. If it gets me, it gets me. Since the CDC was created, no disease has decreased. The CDC should do nothing but inform people. For them to even think that they have any type of fucking authority is against the fucking Constitution. It's one of those things. We're pretending it doesn't exist. It's the fucking, we live in a constitutional republic. Like, if they come at me and I ever get arrested for something, I'm just going to fucking use the Constitution as my document. Also wonder why they have fast food takeout at hospitals and not healthy. Exactly. Leah Fox, thanks guys. You're welcome. Not just America. All love to you. It's everyone's responsibility. I agree. We as a species should try to be as healthy as possible for the propagation of the species. Des, thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate it. Fast food industries with pharmaceutical companies need to have a magnifying glass on them. They absolutely do. 100%. 100%. I'm a nurse, and in healthcare, they are now requiring the term person of size instead of obese because they say it's discriminatory. How the fuck is it discriminatory? Like, I mean, I don't, but it's reality. Person of size. Person of size makes it seem like they have no fucking control over it. That's fucking ridiculous. I am so glad I left it. I could not imagine being in the healthcare industry still right now. I'm so glad I left it years ago. I feel energized and in a better mood after I stopped drinking coffee and dropping processed sugars, carbs. Good for you. Good for you. Jill Olson, how the fuck you doing? Had a T-ball game the other night, and the number of obese children was really depressing. It's generational now. And it's not genes, people. It's that they watch you eat, and they eat the same way. You're feeding them the same shit, you know? It's fucking crazy. Those electric motor scooter things are very popular, and so many don't even need them. No, they don't. It's tax the obese's burps instead of cows and sheep. That's an interesting thought. 1 pound a week. That's April Lauren speed. Actually, sometimes she's a little slower, but it really is. It's bad. I mean, like, I would consider that a very serious fucking failure. It really is. Get a minimum of 3 bottles of restock. That's right. Buy 30 of them motherfuckers. You know, the fucking thing is, like Wegovy and all these drugs, it's $1,300 a month. What the fuck? For $400 a year, I bet you we can produce better results. I would love to have a study done against them. FDA only reviews studies by the company, but that's it. They don't test themselves. If data is safe, they've corrected it. The Pfizer dump documents are great. That's how you know it's fucked up too, by the way. The FDA and Pfizer were forced to release, were forced to release by Freedom of Information Act documents based on the jibby jab, right? Should that not be the number one story, the information that's held within? Should it, them releasing it at the beginning of every month? Find me a mainstream media platform that has covered it. Find me a mainstream media platform that has covered the 90,000 pages of Pfizer documents that got released last month, at the beginning of this past month and the beginning of May each. You can't find it. They don't talk about it. Why aren't we talking about this? This should be the number one fucking story. And if you haven't read those and haven't looked into it and you've taken the jibby jab, you should look into it and be scared. I live outside the United States, but our country has some U.S. supermarket chains, and most people that go there are obese. Exactly. Well, guys, listen. Person of size. If you're happy, then fucking own it. That's right. If you're happy, then own it. What brand Ember and berberine? Ember is an ambrosia product that just came back into stock, and berberine, I use Nutrient Driver from MTS Nutrition, but there will be a no morbidity product, another one. We are not just stopping with no morbidity. We are going to come up with things that help save. Like we have a world to save. We're on a fucking mission, and that's why all the bullshit. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. Like, say what the fuck you want about me. Like, yeah, we are trying to save as many people as we fucking can. Because again, obesity is the chains of slavery. It is. They're shackling you motherfuckers. Shackling them. Yep. It's fucking crazy. It absolutely is. Listen, guys, I've talked a little over time. I appreciate all you motherfuckers. I am going to be posting some stuff up about Alan Roberts Uncensored. I'm going to be doing a whole video to point people towards it on the main channel. But I really hope everybody has a great fucking weekend. Great fucking talk. Next week, I will be doing an update video. I haven't watched it yet, but I'll be doing an update video on a few of the people that I've normally talk about. And we'll be going from there. I hope everybody has a great fucking weekend. I appreciate all you motherfuckers very much. As one last thing here, make sure everybody knows you can go follow Alan Roberts Uncensored on Spotify. Watch all of these, including the NIH, a reading from the NIH. Please do watch that one. And you can also buy the book Fuck Being Fat, get a month of our app and a month of the Hunger Management Support Group, where I keep track of all my stuff and I give people tips on a daily basis. Or if you know your lifestyle is kind of fucked up and you've had trouble with yo-yo dieting, with our coaching, we have a 3-month block of coaching right there. We talk to you on a daily basis with weekly video conference calls, just me, myself and you, or you and Crystal. And we help people adjust their lifestyle bit by bit by bit to healthier versions, focusing on satiation, satisfaction, and appropriate activities for the person's level of fitness. We work with anybody. I don't care your gender, your religion, how you identify. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I want to help any fucking body that wants help. I will help you. Goddamn.